What's up, everybody? Been a while since I made a video, but that's only because I've been working a lot. So, it's a lot of things I want to talk about, though. One of them is this unboxing CGC. It's a pre-screen that I did. First pre-screen I've ever done with CGC. I was going to send these out just to get them all graded, but I figured, you know what? Let me do a pre-screen and see how that goes. And maybe I can save on pressing fees, or because some of them I was gonna press, but then they look so good that I figured, you know what the hell? Let me see and give it a shot without the pressing and see if I get 9.8s. I did see the grades online already, though, so I know what I got. I have a whole lot of books coming, and I'm not going to see the grades on those. These, I did see the grades on, though, but I got a lot more books. These are the lesser books that I sent out. At lesser, I mean like as far as value, right? But these are books that I'm really high on, big time, and these are going to be holds for me. I'm not selling. I'm only going to sell some of these, but there's a lot of Something's Killing the Children that I'm keeping all of them. Every single one is going to be kept for a while. I'm expecting to keep those for a few years. All right, so this is something I wanted to talk about for a while. I wanted to get it in my hands before I talked about it, but I missed the boat. And sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you missed it, man. You just missed it. The book I was looking at to buy is that book right there. That's the book I really wanted, right? I don't believe that's going to be the highest, the most expensive book out of the Ultimate Fallouts. But it's definitely going to be the second most expensive, in my humble opinion, right? But there's a lot of people that are going out there and buying these books. Now, if you're a fan of Miles Morales, there's certain ways that I bid, right? If I'm going to keep a book, I'm going to bid fair market value on that book if I want to keep it. If I'm planning on flipping it, though, I'm definitely not paying fair market value for it. Or if I am paying fair market value, I'm anticipating that the book is going to jump significantly in the near term. This book already jumped significantly. You might have missed the boat on this. I think I did. But if you're on the fence about buying it, I'm going to present you two scenarios here. I try to do everything different than any other YouTuber does. And what I try to do is I try showing you guys the numbers. Because that's the only way you're going to learn, if you actually see the numbers. I'm going to give you two actual sales, final sales on eBay. And I'm choosing eBay because it's the comic books are sold mostly, I would say the highest percentage of comic books are definitely, by percentages, are sold on eBay. I actually read that somewhere, but this is one sale. So it's sold at $1,400. So if you're the buyer of this book right now, right? Now, the book has dropped. This is the first one. That's not this one. Okay, that's not this one. This is the first print. And that first print run for Ultimate Fallout, I actually have it over here somewhere. I printed this out for a reason. The print run is 73,764. Okay? CGC, as of, and I'm going to put the date here. All right, but we're on Father's Day today. Happy Father's Day, by the way, anybody who's listening that's a dad, and happy Father's Day to your dad. But CGC is graded 1,873 9.8s, and in total, they've graded 5,837 of Ultimate Fallout number 4s. Okay, it's a pretty decent percentage of 9.8s. Not that bad as percentage wise. Reason I printed it is because I want to compare that number to 2 months from now, and I'm going to make that video then. Okay, but that book was going for, the high actually was over 1,500 on that book. I looked it up, which is sold like the week and a half ago after Comic Tom. It came on as one of the top 10 or whatever, and then everybody went nuts. Don't follow the crowd is what I say. Don't do that. You're gonna put yourself in a world of hurt when you do that. Person that bought this book at 1,400, not even 1,500, right? They had to pay $20 shipping for $1,420 for the book so far. And then in certain states, you pay taxes, right? I chose 6% tax, which is actually lower than what I pay here in this state. Okay, but 6% tax. So this person paid, and by the way, a lot of states, you're paying taxes on the shipping as well. So I'm including those taxes on that shipping. Final cost for that book in a 9.8 for the first run, first print, $1,505.20. That book is down to $1,100 right now. I think there might have been a $1,200 a buy this past week. I think like 3 days ago maybe. But I'm expecting this book to drop even more than $1,100. All right, and that's the reason why I printed this. But I'm expecting that to drop a lot more, okay, and settle. All right, it'll never be a $300 or $400 book, $400 book again. Now again, we're not talking about this one right here. We're talking about the first print. All right, so you have to sell that book. If you bought it for $1,400 and you're gonna sell it on eBay. Now we're selling it on eBay because that's where you wanna. I mean, you could chance it and try to sell it on Facebook or Instagram, but you could be getting scammed as well, right? There's reasons why people sell on eBay and choose to to pay their fees. It's because you're a little bit better off, Somebody has to approve that they didn't get the book or that it was damaged, and it goes through a big hassle. I mean, yes, you can get scammed on eBay as well, but they made it a little bit harder for scammers on eBay than it used to be. Okay, so you have to sell this at $1,800 in order for you to even break a little bit of a profit, and this is how this goes. Okay, you put it up for sale for $1,800. The buyer's going to pay $20 shipping. I just made $20 shipping because I figured you're going to put insurance on it, right? And the buyer is going to pay 6%. The buyer is going to end up paying $1,929.20 for that $1,800 book. Now this is where that price has to do with your sale. It's because eBay is going to charge you 10% final value fee. That's minus $180. And the PayPal fee is based on all the money transferred on PayPal. So eBay is making money on the shipping and is making money on the taxes as well, because they're counting that as a transaction. That transaction is going to cost you $57.88 on PayPal for a total cost of $237.88. So this is what you get out of that. $1,800 minus your fees, and that's a total of $1,500 $1,462.12. You ended up paying $1,505.20 for your $1,400 book, right? So your net profit, your profit is $56.92. Your return on investment on that is 3.8% if you bought it at $1,400 and you sold it at $1,800. So all those numbers, okay, are real numbers. That's reality, guys. That's reality. You may think that you're making $400 on it. You ain't. You're making $56.92. That's the numbers. Those are the cold, hard numbers. Now, this is a recent buy. This is a buy that just occurred. I think this was yesterday. 9.8 sold for $10.25. So the person that bought that 9.8 at $10.25 paid $12 shipping. That's what he's definitely not getting it insured, okay? But he paid $12 shipping for a total of $10.37, and then at 6% taxes, it comes out to $62.22 for a total of $1099.22 final cost for that buyer, okay? So you're talking $1,100 really, right? For that buyer to make a profit, he has to sell that book at $1,300. I put $20 shipping, right, for I would say insurance. So the person that purchases that from that seller, this is after you bought it now. So the person that purchases from you, if you're putting it out for sale at $1,300, is going to pay $20 shipping plus a 6% on that would be $79.20 for a total of $1,399.20. Your seller fees are going to be $130 because you sold it at $1,300. Your PayPal fee is based on the final value here, right? Because it's the money transaction. It's going to be $41.97 for a total of fees of $171.97. So what you're going to get is $1,300 minus those fees, $1,128.03. So your total profit on that is $28.81 for a return on investment on that on 2.6%. And that's on a book that you bought at $10.25 final price on eBay that ended up costing you almost $1,100. So from $10.25 to $1,300. Now, is this book gonna go back up? I think it will, but I think it's gonna settle before it goes back up. And even if it doesn't settle that much, right? With this many printed, there's a whole bunch of people right now sending their ultimate fallouts to CGC right now. I'm gonna put another book up here. We're just making conversation here, guys, okay? We're making conversation. I'm not trying to get anybody to not purchase the book. If you're a fan, if I'm a fan of a book and I want that book that bad, I'm going to get it and I'm going to hold it, right? Because it's my book. There's books that I'm going to hold for my collection, and I'm going to die with those books in my collection. I'm a collector, but I'm also a speculator. I've said that so many times. I'm going to show you a book right here. Batman Adventures number 12. It's a 9.8. This sold June 3rd, recently, $1,700. Here's another one that sold for $1,875. Okay, 9.8, white pages. This is a book from the 90s. Okay, matter of fact, we're gonna go, come on, buddy. Let's go here. And that is a book from 990. We've shown this book before. It's a 93, yeah, 993. Right? 1993. The print run on that, we did something on that print run. I don't remember it right offhand right now, but there's different numbers and there's different speculation on that print run, and that's what happens with the books that are in the 90s, right? There were two different distributors, and there was a whole mess with distribution in the 90s. But here are facts. CGC holds right now in a 9.8 on that book. 879 issues in a 9.8. A total of 5,965 graded on that book. Right now, Batman Adventures, number 12. Does that sound familiar, that total number? 5,965. Ultimate Fallout, 5,837. Okay. Right now, they're about the same total graded of Batman Adventures as there are Ultimate Fallouts, except that there are more than half more 9.8s on Ultimate Fallout first print than there are Batman Adventures 12, and I think the characters are. You can't possibly tell me that Harley Quinn is a better character than Miles Morales. I mean, to some people, yes. And to some people, no. To me, I really don't care. I don't care too much about either one of them, to tell you the truth. You know, I have favorite characters, and those two are not from my favorite characters. I like both characters. I think both characters are here to stay without a shadow of a doubt. But they're not two characters that I have to have in my collection. You know, having said that, I mean, you know, like Deadpool's also not a character that I need to have in my collection. I do like the character. I'll watch a movie with Deadpool. I like Morales, but I'm a Spider-Man purist. I'm a Peter Parker fan, right? Amazing Spider-Man number 1 and Amazing Fantasy 15. Amazing Fantasy 15 is a must-have for my collection, and I will have that book again. I will have that book again, and that will be a must-have for my collection. But, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's an individual. Everybody is not the same, and you're not going to like the same things that I like. But what I'm trying to say to you here is that this book, probably the print run on that book, is going to be close to the same as the print run on this book, Ultimate Fallout. The only thing is that that book came out in the 90s. This book came out a full, you know, close to 20 years after that book, right? So there's going to be a lot more 9.8s on Ultimate Fallout than there are of that, and I think that the prices are going to probably be around the same. So if that book is at $1,700 right now or $1,800 right now, and you buy this book at $1,400, expect for that book to maybe in another 10 years. I mean, can it go up higher, guys? Yes, it can. It can go much higher than this. It can. But I just don't see it. And the reason I don't see it is because I think there's going to be a ton more in the market. And we're going to see in about 2 months, because CGC, you know, takes a while. Like, you know, they're going to be going through pressing, and they're going to be going through through grading. So you're talking, you know, what, 60 days probably, maybe less. I mean, I think the turnaround times are much less right now, so maybe it'll be about a month or a month and a half before we have updated numbers, but I'm expecting those numbers for Ultimate Fallout 2 probably more than double in the next 2 months. So anyway, my 2 cents on this is wait for it to settle down. Ultimate Fallout will never be a $300 or $400 book again. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. And I'm not saying I won't be a buyer of that book. I do like the character, as I said, but it's not a character that I must have. I would like to have that character in my collection, right? I like to have it because I think in the future he is a Grail. That, you know, every tier, or every age, not even tier, but every age has to have Grails. This will be one of those Grails. There's no doubt in my mind this will be a Grail. Ultimate Fallout 4 will be a Grail, as Batman Adventures is. 2 great characters. They will be Grails of the modern age, and you know, at some point they're not going to be modern age 20 years from now, you know? It'll be a different age. I don't know what we're going to, maybe we'll call this the millennial age, you know, but this is definitely a Grail. I just don't think that, I think if you are looking to keep this book, knock yourself out. But if you're looking to flip it, this is not the time to do it. I think this book is probably going to settle down at around the 700 to 800, maybe even 1,000. So I would say, you know what, we'll leave a $300 in between there. $700 to $1,000 range is probably where it's going to settle, and it's going to jump and drop from there. So will it get to a price where you know, this person is going to make his money back at 1,800? Maybe. Could get there. It's a possibility. I think it will get there eventually, but are you willing to wait 20 years to make $56? That's a question you got to ask yourself, right? Unless you're just planning on keeping it, you know. And again, I mean, when the video game comes out, who knows? Maybe this will jump to 2,000, but it's not. It's not something that I, as a speculator, I'm planning on speculating about. If I had the book right now in my hand, I would be a seller. I could tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. I would definitely be a seller of that book. That's my 2 cents, guys. And this is coming from a guy that doesn't own the book, but from a guy that was planning on buying the book and possibly keeping it. All right, I'll make a next video on the unboxing. All right, so for the record, one thing I forgot, so I had to edit this, but me and a buddy of mine were discussing which one's gonna be the most expensive. Like when all is said and done and all this dust is settled, which one's gonna be the most expensive? And right now it's this one right here, right? As far as sales, confirmed sales go, so far it's this one. In my opinion, it'll be the newsstand version of the first print, and the reason is this one, the Djurjevic version, which is the variant, it's 1 in 25. Because the print run was 73,764, there should be 2,950 of these in existence, right around there, give or take, maybe 100 or a couple hundred. But if it's 1 in 25, it should be 2,950. Right now, there's only 143 9.8s on this book. No 9.9s. However, the newsstand, I challenge you to find more than 2 newsstands on eBay right now. I don't think you will. More than likely, the newsstand is limited to, and that's on the first print, is limited to probably 1 at the most 2%, and I'm thinking 1% is going to be the one, which will make it probably around 730 newsstands, and I'm probably on the high end on that. I'm telling you, I just don't see them. So if you have a 9.8 newsstand of the first print, more than likely that's going to be, when everything is done, that's probably going to be your most expensive comic of Ultimate Fallout #4. That's the one I would be going for if I had the money, right? But there is one on eBay, but the guy wants like $10,000 for it. Ungraded, not CGC. That's not happening for anybody. Like I said, I would be staying away from this for the time being. Wait for everything to settle, and that's what I would be doing. That's what I'm doing now. Anyway, guys, later. This is the most beautiful cover, though. That's gorgeous. That's the most beautiful cover, though. You know, either way, I think this one is going to maintain a really good value. What is it worth right now? Man, what's it worth to you? You know, what's it worth to you? I know for me, it's too much, way too much, and the return on investment that I look for is definitely not 3%. Later.